I want to present to you an idea, something which is a legal concept, and let's see how it applies here. Before you introduce a document or a piece of evidence into evidence, you have to establish its authenticity. You have to be able to establish that it is what you say it is. That it is exactly what it purports to be. It is what you say it is. And it can be done in a variety of different ways. People can come forward and say, is this a true and accurate depiction of what this purports to be? Yes, it is. What does it say? This is a picture of me standing in front of the lawnmower, blah, blah, blah. Now, the question today is, what is a transgender? What is specifically an authentic transgender? Let's assume somebody were to claim to be a transgender. You hire that person, you contract with that person, you let's say Dylan Mulvaney, and you let's say engage in a variety of different I don't know what the word is, performance pieces or collaborative efforts. Later, it is brought to your attention that Dylan Mulvaney, allegedly, I'm just saying theoretically, let's say somebody says he's not really a transgender, he's just either a gay man or a man or just somebody, but who's an actor, who is just pretending, playing the role of a transgender. Now, some may suggest that a transgender, in some cases, and remember, let's don't talk about surgically transformed. Let's just talk about people who are just in the process of this. Many of them have not sought surgery or hormones or anything. They've just stated they are a woman or what have you, which is, I'm not arguing that point. But let's assume somebody were to say, wait a minute, this guy is not legitimate. My question is, what is an authentic transgender? What does that mean? And the reason why I bring this up, which is very interesting. Years ago, there was a case in Florida of a local entertainment maven who brought a case on behalf of the... He brought a case basically in favor of gay marriage day or something. He brought a case, a federal case, against or regarding the notion of gay marriage. Either somebody hadn't passed or what have you. The question of standing came up. And the judge said to this fellow, are you gay? What is your particular role? A person can't bring a lawsuit just because they don't like something that's being, celebrated or lauded. And he said, well, what do you mean? The judge said, well, are you gay? And he said, well, do I have to be gay? He says, well, you don't have any standing. If he said, okay, I'm gay. And they asked him, they said, wait a minute. You're gay? Yes. You're not gay. Prove it. Prove it. And he was a very kind of a man about town, bon vivant, always had women on his married children. He says, how do you know I'm not gay? Prove I'm not. What am I going to do? And they said, okay, swear under oath. He goes, okay. And he swore before a judge. He said, I'm gay. He said this. How do you prove you're gay? So what happened was, either after he lost his case or after he was successful, either way, they asked him, are you still gay? He said, no, I'm not. I'm straight. He said, wait a minute, how can that happen? He said, I prayed, and my evangelical brothers and sisters were correct. I prayed, and everything was fine. I'm not gay anymore. So help me God. One of the funniest things ever. How can you prove he wasn't gay? How can you prove that the Lord did not transform him when that was being suggested by a contingent of the, whatever you want to call it? It's a fascinating subject. And it goes to show you what we're talking about here. How do you know what is and isn't transgender? What is authentic? What is a man? What is a woman? What is a transgender? There are people right now, it is believed, who are making boatloads of money being the voice or the face of the transgender marketing geniuses. I'm not suggesting who, but if you look at Dylan Mulvaney, let's assume, arguendo, for the sake of argument, that he was just an actor, maybe gay, whatever, who said, you know what, this could be great. I'll dress up. I'll make $2 million. Hell, I don't think I'd do that, but I don't know. I'd be the worst advocate. But the point is, if you're an actor, do you know what an actor is? Remember what was it, Kiss of the Spider Woman, Raul Julia, and the people who play, who was it? Robin Williams played a gay man. What is acting? What does being even gay mean? I don't know. So you're going to be seeing claims made, and I think this is the most interesting, by people stating you're not authentically transgender. What does authentic mean in the case of where gender is not even determined, where gender is fluid, where gender is not defined, where gender is in and of itself not subject to definition? This is fascinating. If I can be transgender, can I be transgender permanently, temporarily, over the weekend? Can I be fluid, so fluid that I am constantly, almost like a quantum mechanics, like the electron fields that kind of do you see how this thing works? It's fascinating. And I defy you to tell me, or anybody else for that matter, what is and what is not somebody who is transgender. Even the notion, this used to bother people about the notion of being bisexual. What does that mean? You're just, what? It was posited that a bisexual is a gay person who goes both ways. I think this is moot. I don't think anybody even talks about bisexual or lesbian or sapphic or any of that. It's a legal, definitional issue. You're going to see authentication that is required, authenticity, the provenance. What if you found out that a person who is the face of transgender commercialism isn't transgender? Wouldn't the transgenders, whatever that connotes, wouldn't they be upset? Couldn't they be upset? What's this? Is the word an authentic transgender an oxymoron? I want to see what you have to say. This is the most fascinating, logical question there is. And what I would like you to do as well is to please subscribe to this channel. Please like this video. And whatever you do, comment as you see fit.